Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic cars ever built, a machine that didn't just define a brand but reshaped the entire sports car world. The Porsche 911, first introduced in 1964, is not just a car, it's a legacy on wheels. From its unmistakable silhouette to its rear engine layout, everything about it feels purposeful, timeless, and engineered with passion. The moment you lay eyes on the 1964 Porsche 911, you understand why it became an instant classic. Its exterior design is simple at first glance, but the more you look, the more details begin to stand out. The rounded headlights sit proudly on the front fenders, almost like eyes watching the road ahead. The smooth, flowing roofline slopes gently toward the rear, creating a shape that is instantly recognizable even today. There are no unnecessary lines or aggressive angles. Instead, the car embraces a clean and organic form that feels both elegant and sporty at the same time. The front end is minimal, with a subtle chrome bumper and small turn signals that blend seamlessly into the design. The long hood stretches forward, giving the car a slightly elongated appearance that enhances its sporty character. Moving along the sides, you'll notice how balanced everything feels. The proportions are just right, with the wheels sitting perfectly under slightly flared arches. The door handles, the mirrors, even the trim pieces are all designed with precision, adding to the car's overall charm without overwhelming its simplicity. At the rear, things get even more interesting. The engine sits behind the rear axle, which was quite unusual even back then. This layout influenced the design, giving the car a slightly wider rear stance. The taillights are simple and clean, and the chrome bumper adds a touch of classic elegance. The rear grille allows air to flow into the engine compartment, reminding you that this car is not just about looks, it's built for performance. Step inside, and the 1964 Porsche 911 welcomes you with a cabin that feels both driver-focused and surprisingly refined. The interior may not have the modern luxuries we see today, but for its time, it was a perfect blend of comfort and functionality. The seats are supportive, designed to hold you in place during spirited driving, yet comfortable enough for longer journeys. The materials used, including leather and high-quality plastics, give the cabin a premium feel. The dashboard is where the car truly shines. Right in front of the driver sits a large, centrally positioned tachometer, emphasizing that this car is all about performance. Surrounding it are other gauges that provide essential information like speed, fuel level, and engine temperature. Everything is laid out in a way that makes it easy for the driver to stay focused on the road while still having access to all the necessary data. The steering wheel is simple but beautifully crafted, offering a direct connection between the driver and the car. There's no unnecessary clutter, no overwhelming technology, just a clean and purposeful design that puts the driving experience first. Even the small details, like the placement of switches and controls, show how much thought went into creating a cockpit that feels intuitive and engaging. Now let's talk about what truly makes the Porsche 911 special, the engine. The 1964 model came equipped with a 2.0-liter air-cooled flat-six engine. This engine was a major step forward from its predecessor, offering more power, smoother performance, and a distinctive sound that would become a signature of the 911 for decades to come. Producing around 130 horsepower, it may not sound like much by today's standards, but back then, it was more than enough to deliver an exciting driving experience. The rear engine layout plays a huge role in how the car performs. With the weight of the engine sitting over the rear wheels, the 911 offers excellent traction, especially when accelerating out of corners. This setup also gives the car a unique driving character that sets it apart from other sports cars of its time. It requires skill and respect from the driver, but once you understand it, the rewards are incredible. The transmission is a manual gearbox, which adds to the overall engagement. Shifting through the gears feels mechanical and precise, giving you a sense of control that modern automatic systems often lack. Every gear change, every press of the clutch, becomes part of the driving experience, making you feel more connected to the car. When you take the 1964 Porsche 911 out on the road, you immediately notice how alive it feels. The steering is direct and responsive, allowing you to place the car exactly where you want it. There's a certain lightness to the way it moves, making it feel agile and nimble, especially on winding roads. The suspension is firm enough to provide good handling, yet compliant enough to keep the ride comfortable. As you push the car harder, the engine begins to sing. The sound of the air-cooled flat 6 is unlike anything else. It's raw, mechanical, and full of character. You can hear and feel every movement, every vibration, which adds to the overall sense of connection between you and the machine. This is not a car that isolates you from the road. Instead, it invites you to be part of the experience. Cornering in the 911 is an experience in itself. The rear engine layout means that the weight distribution is different from most cars, which can make the handling feel unique. If you approach a corner with confidence and precision, the car responds beautifully, gripping the road and powering through with ease. However, if you're careless, it can quickly remind you that it demands respect. This balance between challenge and reward is what makes driving the 911 so engaging. Braking is solid and dependable, giving you the confidence to push the car harder. While it may not have the advanced braking systems of modern cars, it does exactly what it needs to do, bringing the car to a stop with stability and control. Combined with the car's lightweight construction, it ensures that you always feel in command. One of the most impressive things about the 1964 Porsche 911 is how well it has aged. Even today, its design still looks fresh and relevant. Its engineering, while simple compared to modern standards, continues to impress with its effectiveness and reliability. This is a car that was built with a clear vision, and that vision has stood the test of time. The 911 didn't just become popular because of its looks or performance. It became a symbol of precision engineering and driving purity. It showed the world that a sports car could be both practical and thrilling, comfortable yet capable of delivering an unforgettable driving experience. Over the years, it evolved and improved, but the core philosophy remained the same. Driving the original 911 is like stepping back in time, but in the best way possible. It reminds you of what driving used to be before technology took over. There are no driving modes, no electronic aids constantly adjusting things in the background. It's just you, the car, and the road. Every input you make has a direct impact, making the experience feel authentic and rewarding. The simplicity of the car is one of its greatest strengths. There's nothing unnecessary, nothing added just for the sake of it. Every component has a purpose, and everything works together to create a cohesive driving experience. This focus on simplicity and functionality is what makes the 911 so special. Of course, it's not perfect. The rear engine layout can be challenging for inexperienced drivers, and the lack of modern safety features means you need to be more cautious. But these are not flaws in the traditional sense. They are part of the car's character, part of what makes it unique. When you look at the bigger picture, the 1964 Porsche 911 is more than just a car. It's a piece of automotive history. It represents a turning point for sports cars, setting a standard that many others would try to follow. Its influence can still be seen in modern cars, not just from Porsche but from other manufacturers as well. In the end, the Porsche 911 from 1964 delivers an experience that is hard to match. It combines timeless design, engaging performance, and a sense of connection that is often missing in today's cars. It's not about speed alone, it's about how the car makes you feel every time you get behind the wheel. Final verdict, the 1964 Porsche 911 is a true icon. It's a car that defined a brand and created a legacy that continues to this day. If you appreciate pure driving, classic design, and engineering excellence, this is a car that deserves your respect. It may be over half a century old, but it still has the power to inspire, excite, and remind us why we fell in love with cars in the first place.